Okay, today we're going to talk about the UCO mess kit, an all-in-one eating solution for when you're out camping. I've been camping on and off for many years now, and over the time I've decided that I need to really probably upgrade what I use when I eat. I find that I've normally used the plates and bowls, or things that I use as plates and bowls, and normally the pans that I use to cook with. So they get hot, and unless you've got a towel or something to put it on, you know, you can't really slip on your lap, it burns, that sort of thing. So in lieu of that, went with something like this. But this is the, I believe the newer version they've got. I bought these for an upcoming trip with my missus. And as I said, I've used a lot of metal in the past, and it's always hot, and it's sort of cumbersome, and I don't know, it sort of shits me, to be honest. So anyway, this is what you get. It's a pretty cool design, and the way it works is you've got that silicone band that sits on top here, which holds in the knife, and this, knife, spoon, and fork, believe it or not. So anyway, I said before, this I think is version 2. This version is different. It's got these locks. So there's locks on here, and these simply just open as you pull it. Open like that and shut. And that secures the top to the bottom, which is cool. So that's the brand, UCO Wear. Nice little topo design there. Nice and grippy. It's also a bit of a non-stick thing on the bottom, which helps it not move around too good. So that's literally that. Opening these locks, and these retainers do lock. Open it up, you'll see I've got some noodles in here. So that's what you have. A plate and a bowl with your noodles. Now I've been using this at work. I normally throw in noodles, a bit of tuna, and yeah, I'll cook in this. So I'll throw the noodles in here, a bit of water, throw the lid on just loosely, because this has actually got a seal on it. I found that if you do seal this, after cooking noodles anyway, it will stick, and it's very hard to undo. So the seal on it's really good. Another thing I'll touch on too for camping, I think is just a brilliant idea. I always find that I cook too much food. Now, if that's the case and you do cook too much food, with this, the beauty of this is you can chuck your lid on, Bob's your uncle, you can seal it, and that is airtight, and you know, nothing's going to get into there, so you're pretty right. You may need to refrigerate it, but as far as ants and bugs and so on getting in there, you're pretty good. They're good sizes. As I said, a plate and a bowl. The bowl's probably twice the size of the plate. All right, another little cool feature about this, I'll just get onto this knife and fork for a minute. So the silicone strap just slides through the middle there. You can just pull that out, and then that retains through these holes, either end, across. All right, so it fits together as that. Simply push it out, and you end up with a knife, fork, spoon. Good thing about this too, this plastic is actually fairly robust, and it's actually got a fairly good serration on it, so it will cut, and does cut. Spoon, fork, all fits together. You can also, if you want a bigger or longer utensil, or don't want to have to hold on to 2 utensils at once, you can literally join them together to create one eating utensil, which is pretty damn cool. You know, chompy, 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 drinking your soup, flick around, you want to grab a meatball or a bit of pasta, you know, has its pluses. So there you go, pretty good little idea, I reckon. I like the idea of that, it's pretty decent. Anyway, that just folds apart and then slows back together as per that. It's a positive fit. Pretty good, doesn't fall out, solid, no rattle, nothing like that. It's like a good knife in a sheath, if you know what I mean. So put that down. Now, another thing, actually, while I'm at it, I'm going to show you this, because I think this is probably one of the best features of this particular thing. And one of the reasons I thought it was really decent. So your spoon and the bowl and the lid, this inner part here is the same shape as that. So that fits in there perfectly. So you can get every last little skerrick of food out of your bowl or your plate, no problems. So that is a really good feature in itself. So a little bit of thought has actually gone into this, which I appreciate. So all in all, pretty happy. So all in all, I'm thinking this is a really good piece of kit as far as utensils for cooking, or not cooking, but for eating in. It's great, lightweight, pretty hard plastic too. It doesn't bend that much. It's got a little bit of flex, not a lot. So yeah, to put it back together, just to give you a demonstration, is just simply open up these lock parts at the side. Lid just goes on. The holes marry up for a positive connection. Once that's done, just slide these shut, and that's now airtight. You grab your little silicone, your spoon and fork goes through, and then connect one end, and slide the other end over the other end, and now your cookware is secured, not going anywhere. So there you go. Chuck in some noodles for good measure. All right, that's the first of a few reviews to come. Hope you liked it. I'll put the prices up for this too, because I'm not sure what it is off the top of my head, but I'm pretty sure it's around, I think around 35 bucks. Anyway, I figure that's not too much of a spend on what you get. Obviously you can't cook in it, that's maybe the downside of it. You can use it in a microwave, not that you're going to be doing that when you're camping. What else? I think the pluses outweigh the bonuses. Sorry, the pluses outweigh... The pluses outweigh the negatives. Another thing I just remembered that I didn't tell you. I'm just going to undo this again. I did mention when you're eating food out of a hot plate, or literally anything you cook over a fire, it's pretty hot and it's hard to hang on to. Said before something about putting things on tea towels. This is a great idea. I did mention that these forks and spoons, there's some cracking music. Anyway, islands are out doing their thing. So the spoon goes in perfectly shaped to fit this, like I said. Another good thing, these side bits you can use as an actual handle. So when you're holding it, you don't actually burn yourself with the hot food that would be in there. Same deal, bingo bango. Just hold it as per that, and you can't go wrong. Your spoon's in there, get your last skerricks out. What a great idea. So anyway, I think that's a good selling point in its own right. So yeah, pretty good idea. Bit of thought's gone into it. It wasn't something, I don't think it's just been chucked together really quickly. You know, like I said, it's been thought about. This is the #2 version, so I guess that, well, I think the differences is this locking mechanism. You can still buy the older versions, and I believe they're a cheaper price. I got the locking version because I figured that when I'm out and I'm cooking, I'm always cooking way too much and I have leftovers. So if I could maybe hang on to those leftovers, it means that I don't have to cook again for a while. Well, why not? So anyway, that's where my head's at. Anyway, hope that helps. If you're into it, go have a look. They're online. I'm not going to put links or anything like that. That's not my gig. I'm not here to sell you shit. I'm just here to tell you about what I got and what I thought about it. So all in all, yeah, it's a winner. I think it's a good one. Would recommend it. Used it. What more can I say? I don't know. See how long it lasts, maybe. And if it breaks, I'll get back to you. But in the meantime, as I said, if you're interested, get online. You'll find it pretty quickly. Won't be too hard to find. UCO's the brand. Yeah, I hope you got something out of that review. There'll be more reviews coming. I've been buying things on and off for a while now. I've been holding off on filming anything. So at least I've got a few things coming one after the other in sort of quick concession, as opposed to waiting months and months and months for me to upload anything. Because I can't always get out camping as much as I'd like to. So in the interim, you'll be getting some of these vids of me doing reviews, I'm guessing. All right, stay tuned.